Welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoyed the trailer you just watched. With this project, I want to push LTX 2.3 as far as it can possibly go on local hardware. But to complete this film, there is one major problem I need to overcome: characters and objects losing their structure during fast motion. So in this episode, we're going to focus on how to fix it.
If you want to create a good action sequence with LTX 2.3, there is one problem you almost cannot avoid. Fast motion can easily destroy the structure of the image. Faces become distorted, body proportions start shifting, and even the background can begin to warp. It is a genuinely difficult problem, and I tried many different ways to solve it. Eventually, I noticed something important. LTX is actually very good at generating slow motion. So I started thinking, if LTX handles slow motion better, why not generate the fast shot as several slower shots, and then speed them up in post? Let's start with this visibly flawed video clip. Because of the strong vertical movement, the character's body structure and facial features become heavily distorted. The first step is to extract a few keyframes from the damaged section. For this clip, I selected 3 intermediate frames. In Camera Lab, I can simply click Extract Frame to save any specific frame as an image. Next, I repaint those keyframes at a higher quality. The goal here is to turn the unstable frames into clean and reliable visual anchors. To maintain consistency, I use the character, creature, and environment reference images during the repainting process. After that, I combine the repainted keyframes with the original starting and ending frames. Then I use start and end frame generation to rebuild the shot as several slower segments. Instead of asking LTX to solve one large and violent movement all at once, each generation only needs to create a much smaller transition between 2 controlled frames. I then take those clips into my editing software, stitch them together, and speed them up until they match the timing of the original shot. And this is the final result. When we compare the 2 versions, the improvement is quite obvious. The rebuilt movement may not match the original video frame by frame. However, because multiple keyframes are used as visual anchors, the overall motion, composition, and character consistency remain close enough to produce a highly usable result. I also tried another approach using Bernini's video-to-video workflow. The result was surprisingly good, especially considering how simple the process was. However, the final image clarity was still not as strong as the keyframe reconstruction method. So for this kind of shot, I still prefer extracting and repainting the keyframes. Could I give all of this work to an agent? Of course. So I created a skill for this. After loading the skill, I only need to find the job ID of the low-quality video inside ComfyUI and send it to the agent. I can also tell the agent which part of the shot needs to be optimized. The rest of the procedure is already defined inside the skill. The agent can extract the required frames, prepare the repainting tasks, generate the slower frame-to-frame segments, and assemble the final result. Here's another example. In this shot, Mia is knocked over by a giant insect. The agent automatically identifies and extracts the frames that need to be reconstructed. After the new anchor frames are created, the agent continues with the remaining generation and editing steps. And this is the repaired result. To evaluate the quality of this, I also used Grok to generate the same action shot. Here are the 2 versions side by side. Which one do you think works better? Let me know in the comments.
If you have found a better way to solve structural deformation during fast motion, I would also love to hear about it. I hope this workflow gives you some useful ideas. I am still working on the complete action film, so thank you for following the project. More is coming soon.